Good day, YouTube. It is the 12th of April, 2023. And this is a new to me Craftsman walk behind weed trimmer. It's basically a weed whacker on steroids kind of thing. This one is equipped with a, I guess they don't rate them in horsepower anymore, 6 3/4 foot-pounds of torque Craftsman flathead engine. And I got a couple buried over here on the floor. I got a couple packages of the little trimmer lines that go with it down there. Anyway, this thing is in very good condition in that I think it was only used a couple of times and then put away. There's no fuel in the fuel tank, but it does have a foul fuel smell. Let me put you on a stand. I fixed a lawn tractor for a church that my parents go to over on the coast, and as I dropped it off, they had a work party there. It was getting all the kind of the spring mowing and stuff done, so I jumped on the lawn tractor I had just repaired for them and cut some grass for a little while. And then as people were getting all the edges kind of trimmed up and the ivy was growing into the parking lot and all that stuff, they were doing all that by hand. And they had one of these. Actually, my dad had sold it to him. And I grabbed onto that thing. I never used one before. And I started cutting all that side stuff, along like fence lines and ditches and things like that. And I'm like, "Ooh, this thing is cool. I got to get me one." And I just am that way. So anyway, I started hunting for one, and I saw quite a few of them for sale that were, whatever. But this one really grabbed my eye. It was $50, and it really didn't look like it had been used. And the guy says it's got the original oil in it, it's got the original spark plug in it. We used it a couple times. It's been sitting for years. I go, perfect. So he says pretty sure it's gonna need a carburetor cleaning or something, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So I haven't done anything with it other than I just wiped it off and I lubed up the throttle cable. And so up on the handlebar is basically a throttle handle. I lubed it up and I taped it here so it would be sturdy. Anyway, it's working good now. So it turns it off and all the way to fast. So it has a rabbit and a turtle right on. And then this bail here engages the strings to rotate. So the engine stays running and strings rotate. So that's pretty good. I've even checked the oil. Let's do that. Well, it's perfectly clean. It's new. Not new, it's unused. It's perfectly full. This is why I'm saying this thing was maybe used twice. I have a rough time changing oil that's that nice. I ain't doing it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that oil. Some people will argue with me. It's too old. And again, the fuel tank is empty, but it has a bad smell. But I don't know. I'm not going to condemn the carburetor until we at least put some fuel in it and try to make it start, right? Let's see what happens. I got some gas. There's a little bit in here, and we're not going to put much in it in case we do have to pull that carburetor off, and there's probably a 80% chance that's going to happen. So we'll put a little non-ethanol in there. All right. We'll see what happens when we pull on the string. Oh, I saw a drip. I saw a drip. Well, we're still going to try it. I'm not getting any response from this. I did put the WD-40 in here. That's actually what I'm smelling. I'm not feeling like it's doing any good there. Let's push this thing ahead a little. Come this way. We'll see what happens when we try to start it. Oh, I don't need that. Yeah, let me pull this apart. We'll give it a little go juice help or something. Was 2 screws that took this little top plate off of here, and now this screw here to get the air filter cover off. There's a little dirt around in here. Maybe it's had a little more use than I was led to believe. So then, it's not that convenient to get that off of there. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Filter will tell the tail. It's pretty clean. I don't got none of them on the shelf. Don't got none of them. Does have a choke. I guess it's one of them thermal chokes. Let me get some starting fluid. And see what happens. Let me put you over here. Are you good? Good. Okay. See what happens now. It's going to run on starting fluid. That's what's going to happen. See what happens now. Yep. The old carburetor opening the choke. While I spray that in there. Yeah. Alright. Well, the good news is I did order a carburetor for this thing. Question is, when's it coming in? Maybe today. I'll do some researching on my Amazon, see what's going on. It was only like 13 bucks or something. So let me check. I'll get back. All right, the new carburetor is not going to be here for 2 days, and I didn't order it on Amazon. I ordered it on eBay. I'm not happy with Amazon's search engine when it comes to parts for Briggs & Stratton. You can type in the Briggs & Stratton engine number and carburetor, and for whatever reason, Amazon gives you everything else but what you're looking for, and I get very frustrated with it. eBay, although not perfect, is way better at giving you the more correct parts when you search for them, especially when you're searching by Briggs & Stratton model numbers or Kohler or whatever. So let's take this off. Maybe we'll just clean this one. The new carb's coming, but I ordered air filter and everything for it too, which we're probably okay on air filter for now. But we'll have it when we need it. This isn't some machine I'm going to sell. At least I'm not planning on it. I plan to keep it. Ooh, there's something there. Oh, it's a hose. I got a hose in there. Let me get a screwdriver and get it out of there. Yeah, there's a little breather hose back here. There we go. There we go. Take that throttle cable out like that and let her hang. Now, what? So this throttle assembly may be able to stay there. Let me look closer. All right, we're going to cheat here a little bit. Let's try to pull the float bolt off of this where it sits. Because what we might simply have is a stuck, closed needle and seat. That might be easy enough to do with the carburetor in place. But that'd be a 12 millimeter. Be better off with a socket. Find the proper tool. Alright, grabbed a 6.5 inch socket. Let's go the right direction. Now, if no gas comes out of this, ooh, gas is coming out. It's stinky gas though. Let me get another paper towel. Contain the stink. What do you think it's going to look like? Got 10 seconds to comment. Oh, look at the dirt. Look at the dirt. Oh, yucky. Yuckers! What is that stuff? That's new on me. Alright. We're still going to try to take this thing apart with leaving it on there. I'm lazy. Hang on. I am lazy. We'll still probably end up taking it off, but anyway. Let's see if fuel flows. No flowage. The needle's going up and down. Should have enough fuel in it to make it happen. Alright, let me fiddle. Glenn, why don't you just take the carburetor off? I don't know, I'm not feeling up to it, I guess. Whoa. There's a little slimy. Yeah. So then, we get some carburetor cleaner. Gonna pop the fuel line off, see if we get flow. Come on. Not in the best position. Okay. Okay. Pry that thing off of there. Gonna get my pliers. She's a little stuck. Come on, dude. You're not even that old. Oh, you want to fight, eh? All right, I got that fuel line off. I stuck a piece of fuel hose on this. I'm just going to blow through it, make sure we're getting everything through there we need to. Yup. Should be good. Alright. I'm going to stick the fuel line back on and open it. It is possible that there's not enough fuel in it. It's at a little bit of an angle right here. I might need to put a little more gas in it. It is possible, because it's not flowing fuel at the moment. Alright, I'm going to put more fuel in it. Put gas in it till it comes out the carburetor, I guess. Whoa, it's full. There's no shut-off valve, right? Let's see. Of course, I do got the clamp on it. Oh yeah, she's flowing nicely. There we go. It's more than we had before. Aren't the jets on these in that little nut at the bottom of the bowl? You know, this little thing? Let me get this all sprayed out and get the bowl cleaned, and let's reassemble. So guys, this jet's completely plugged. This is a 1 strand out of a number 10 stranded copper wire. So the horizontal holes are fine. This vertical one is, well, it only goes in that far because it is completely packed. So you just take a single strand and fiddle with it, unless you got some super small bits or something. And I'm going to work on this for, well, as long as it takes. And we'll get this thing cleared out, but it is completely plugged. So this is essentially your main jet. And if it don't let fuel go, it is not going to run. Kind of feel it drilling down in there. Yeah, it's going quite a bit deeper. I'm almost there. Work it with this and carburetor cleaner until you get it clean. Blow it out with an air compressor. Get rowdy with it. Oh, I felt like I just went through. Oh, I broke the wire. So what I did, broke the wire. Anyway, take your time. See if we can put this carburetor back together with it still on the machine. Okay, so cleaned off the tip of the needle, wiped down the float a little bit. We're not quite there. Not quite there. Gonna have to tap that in there. Tap it in. Coming out the other side. All right. Let's put that bowl back on, shall we? Polish the inside with a Scotch-Brite pad. You guys realize if this thing don't run perfect that I got a carburetor coming for it 2 days out. But it might run fine. Got a little time today. If I can get that started. Come on. Come on. Because we don't know for sure if the needle and seat are going to hold and all that jazz. So. Click. Moment of truth. The moment of truth. Houston, we're dropping fuel everywhere. It's a leaker. Ooh, dropping screws too. We are going to give it a minute to see if it's going to get happier. So again, I cleaned off the tip of the needle, but it's got one of those rubber seats, and it's pretty hard to get those to come back. I tried to replace one day, and I wasn't successful at it. It didn't hold. I'm not a fan. That's why I replaced these carburetors. And we're going to do that with this one. But I did want to hear this thing run. I lost one of the screws in here. Get that back out. Which we still can. We're going to let that sit for a little bit, see if it becomes happier. Sometimes the seat needs to be in some fuel for a while. Kind of swell back up again. So it's probably not going to work, but let's find out. Well, let's just see if it'll run. I mean, we've got to replace carburetor. I get it. Let's see if she'll fire. Where's my spray? Did I put it back? Sorry. I have a primer bulb at the moment. stuff on that exhaust, though. All right, guys, we'll catch back with you in a couple days when this carburetor shows up, and we'll get it put on. But hey, first time I heard it run, and it'd been sitting around and got some stuff spilled on it somehow. Catch you the next couple days. All right, guys, actually just spent a couple hours. Went to lunch and did some running around, and came back and took the clamp off, and the needle and seat are happy now. Sometimes they just got to sit and just kind of soak up the fuel. And it ran fine earlier, so I say we put her back together. What do you think? Let's do that. Come on. Let's see. Guess I could extend that out a little. There we go. Alright, we got that hose in the back. Put that on. Get those started. There's 3 bolts, 2 at the carburetor and 1 at that fuel bulb. Get them all started, then we'll tighten them up. There we go. Alright, we got the air cleaner. Alright, I blew it out with the air compressor. We'll put the pre-filter back in. Do not oil. Do not oil. This is a Briggs & Stratton filter, so it is the original. Grab my 5/16 nut driver. And now I'll grab this top. There or there? That don't work. So, let's do the top one first then. And then this does want to go there, okay. Very good. Still no leaky. Let's clean this up a little bit before we set her down. I use this Dollar Tree furniture polish, and I've used it for years on everything, just general cleaning and polishing motorcycles and whatever. It's just, it's got cleaners in it, it's got a little bit of wax in it, it's just good stuff. Makes the plastics look good. Wipe it off, you get about 90% of it off, and then come back with a clean towel and finish the job. I'll bet nobody out there takes the time to clean their stuff like this. I don't know why I do it, but I do it. I never buy this stuff new. Might as well look as new as it can when I get them used, right? And it'll never look this good again. Especially a piece of equipment like this. And then we'll set it down and see if it'll start on its own without help from a can. Almost done. Almost done. Keep a can of that stuff in your shop for cleaning stuff like this. Alright, that's enough fiddling. We'll set her on the ground. Oops. Got oil on the wheels. How do we manage that? I don't know. Okay. I'm done. Let's fire it up. Alright, see if it'll start. I pushed that bulb a bunch of times. Hope it works. Let's tie those weed whacker things on here. I've never done it. Let's try it. I put one on. It's pretty slick, actually. It's got a little hook right there. So we got to put the one on the other side. It's pretty easy to deal with. Let me show you the other one. Kind of showing you because I didn't really find anything on YouTube about how to put these things in there. So if you just slide them in like that, keep the ends together so they're the same length. Pull them until you need to engage that hook back here. Now I've engaged the hook. I'm just going to pinch them together and pull. Ta-da! That's all there is to it. All there is to it. This thing's ready to roll. Cool. So the carburetor shows up and stuff. I'll just throw it on the shelf because this thing obviously runs fine. So we did a little carb rebuild. Weren't sure if it's going to work perfect or not. Needle and seat got happy. I also put a little extra tension on that bolt on the bottom of the bowl. Sealed that up too because that could have been part of the problem. But we are good to go. Here's the tag if anybody's interested in it. Freeze frame. Alright. It's a weed trimmers, 22-inch Craftsman. It's a 6 3/4 foot-pounds of torque. Flathead Briggs and Stratton. And she's all done. She's ready to go work now. Guys, thanks for watching. Comment and subscribe and thumbs up on the way out the door. We'll catch you guys on the next video.